I have right now is, what is David Higgins on? David Higgins is going on saying Joseph Parker would be the A side in a WBO title fight with Oleksandr Usyk. What is David Higgins on? What is this guy on about? How can man say that Joseph Parker would be the A side against Oleksandr Usyk? David Higgins is David Higgins is saying that Joseph Parker should get a 70-30 split in his favor against Oleksandr Usyk if the WBO title becomes vacant. That's if Joshua relinquishes the WBO. Now, I don't know what kind of nonsense. This is just a pile of nonsense coming out of the mouth of David Higgins. When I saw this news, I thought it was actually a joke at first, because nonsense this guy is talking about. Look what he said here. He's the A side. So if Usyk wants to share the ring with Parker, I would be expecting 70-30 open book, a revenue share in Parker's favor. I'll get ridiculed for that, which I'm gonna definitely ridicule him now. But listen, Parker has beaten Andy Ruiz. He sold out the Principality and O2, and he's a big name in the UK. So Usyk is the B side. Whoa! Back up a second. Roll back a second. Run that thing back. Roll back a little bit. He just said that Parker has beaten Andy Ruiz. First of all, the vast majority of people didn't even know who Andy Ruiz was at the time he beat Andy Ruiz. Second of all, what else did he say? He said that Joseph Parker sold out the O2 and Principality. What is this guy on about? First of all, who did Joseph Parker fight at the Principality Stadium? He fought Anthony Joshua. Are you telling me that how much influence did Joseph Parker have on the set on how much the Joshua Parker fight sold? How much influence did he have on the gate for that fight? Joshua was selling out O2, selling out Wembley, selling out. He would sell out the Principality, in my opinion, even if he didn't fight Joseph Parker. Because before he fought Anthony Joshua fought Joseph Parker, who knew who Joseph Parker was? He was just this guy that fought Andy Ruiz for the vacant belt and won the WBO in his own backyard in a fight that could have gone either way. So this absurd notion that he sold out the Principality. No. Dave Higgins, AJ sold out the Principality, my friend. Then he went to talk about he sold out the O2. Like, that one, because that was the fight with Dillian White. Say, did he sell out? I can say, based off how he fought, based off the reputation he got, the popularity he gained from fighting AJ, I'll say maybe he had more influence on the sales in the O2 fight against Dillian White. But at the same time, Dillian White has gained a reputation within the UK. So I don't really know how much influence Joseph Parker had really on how much that fight really sold. But I can agree and say it's more so than the influence he had on the AJ Principality fight. But to suggest that Parker beat Andy Ruiz and he sold out the Principality and the O2 and he's a big name in the UK. Obviously, Joseph Parker's got more. He's got more limelight. Obviously, because he's fought two big heavyweights in the UK, in Anthony Joshua and Dillian White. So obviously, Joseph Parker's got more recognition within the UK because he's fought those two fighters. And then talking about Usyk as the B side. First of all, Usyk having knocked out Tony Bellew is actually quite recognized in the UK as an undisputed cruiserweight champion. Where was it? What do you call it? Dave Higgins talking about Usyk hasn't earned his stripes at heavyweight. Did Evander Holyfield earn his stripes at heavyweight before taking on top fighters? Usyk, coming from the cruiserweight division, being undisputed cruiserweight champion, comes straight in to the heavyweight division as a super champion and is challenging for the WBO title. He's mandatory for the WBO title. So is Dave Higgins saying the WBO is wrong to make Usyk the WBO super champion, to be basically jump so many guys in the queue to become mandatory for Anthony Joshua? I don't know what David Higgins is going on about, talking about Usyk as the B-side, because if you think Usyk don't have fans in the UK, he's absolutely delusional. The Eastern European bloc fans are definitely going to put their weight behind Usyk, especially in London, and especially even finding the US. There's a lot of people out there with Eastern European background who would definitely put their weight behind Usyk. So Usyk being undisputed cruiserweight champ, definitely having a fan base in London and the US as well with the Eastern European bloc, and knocking out people like Tony Bellew in the UK. To suggest that Joseph Parker should get 70-30, I think is just delusional. But maybe this guy is just trying to sell the fight, so we're coming out with outlandish statements. But for me, this is just a pack of nonsense from David Higgins. He's running his mouth again. Joseph Parker would be the A side in a WBO title fight. I think for me it's difficult to just say Joseph Parker is the A side. I would put it much closer. I think it could be 50-50, or maybe I'll see the fight as 50-50, because Joseph Parker was a former WBO champion and he's going to got a bit of recognition in the UK, and also because Usyk is a undisputed cruiserweight champ, I might go 50-50, or I would say 50-50. But yeah, that's my take on Dave Higgins coming out talking about Joseph Parker he expect Joseph Parker to get 70-30, because I think that's just pack of nonsense as far as I'm concerned. So drop your comments in the comment section below. What do you think about David Higgins saying that that Joseph Parker should get 70-30, because he was talking like he wants to fight. Now he's coming out with talk that as if he doesn't want the fight to happen, because I don't think Usyk's team is going to take that fight at 70-30, because it's a risky fight for Usyk, because Parker is style could be a bit tricky, and to suggest that Usyk's going to fight Parker for 70-30, I think it's just a delusional perspective from David Higgins. So drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me hear from you what you think about this topic. Like, subscribe. Peace out, guys. Cool.